You know, why do these old sci-fi movies have to be so frustrating so much of the time? Uh, this it's day 20 of my 30 Days of Madness. I watched Planet of the Vampires, which is from 1965, and like others of the era, it is so full of ridiculousness, but at the same time, there's so much about it to be praised, and it's very frustrating because you're sitting there watching the movie and you're like, wow, this movie has a lot of potential. Like, this scene is really good. But why are the characters always acting so stupidly? Anyway, I took my usual uh, bunch of notes, which I have printed up in the blog over at incidentaldog.com/rantpad. But basically, the running theme is that there's a lot of your typical 1960s era sci-fi ridiculousness, like with the technobabble and the props and the silly sound effects and the um, the staginess of the planet just looks like a soundstage, and I don't know, just a lot of the usual stuff from the era, like Star Trek, the original series, kind of quality. Which I mean, I'm a fan of Star Trek, but there could be some real cheesiness to a lot of the episodes. And yes, a lot of the planets they landed on looked like sound stages. So that's what this movie does. But there's a lot of good in it, and it was obvious uh, that it was an influential sci-fi movie. I could definitely see how later movies like Alien and others like that were influenced by it. So in a way, I appreciate the movie, but there's so much in this movie to laugh at. Anyway, let me see if there's anything else here that I want to say here. Um, well, anyway, it's a typical 1960s sci-fi, although more important than most probably. So if you're a sci-fi enthusiast, I would highly recommend. I would say this is a must-see for enthusiasts of sci-fi cinema. Um, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pick a movie for tomorrow. Still a bunch in there, but I've only got 10 left to pick. 10 days left of this madness. And oh boy, that's gonna be a rough one. I know a lot about this movie, but I never sat through the whole thing. Um, so so join me tomorrow for Last House on the Left, and that's all I have to say about that.